Yo, Q, what up? Yo, Q,
Man,
what
I'm
up?
keeping it real. What up, the one?
Welcome
Let's get it.
to Not
Not
Just
yeah.
Music,
Music.
where we keep it real
Uh huh.
and honest.
Always.
My mama praying, telling me, Q, you need to chill. They can't respect the truth from just silence.
Yo, it's another episode,
You,
another one, not just music podcast. I'm your boy
you.
Quincy Murdoch. Got my boy Dewan Barino. What's good with you, man? How you doing, man? Another
Good,
one.
good,
Bless.
good, 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 good. How's it?
Everything good, man. Everything's good. We back with some topics. Uh, One thing I wanted to talk about today is I want to talk about building your own business. To step away from fear and start your own brand, start your own company. I think a lot of us are scared to chase our dreams and chase entrepreneurship because of the one word fear. Fear. What if this doesn't work? Or fear instilled by people around us, our family, our parents, our fear from having to spend money, invest into your dream or your business, So I just wanted to talk about that today, man. Because I know it's some people out there that's probably got big dreams and big goals and I want to do this one thing, but fear is stopping them from doing it and achieving it. Um, I also want to say, like, your goal should always be to elevate in life and be better in life and be bigger in life, leave a legacy, you know what I'm saying? Stand out, so people can remember your name for something. Um, Working for people is okay. Working a 9 to 5 is okay. It pays the bills, but the overall mindset shouldn't be to work a 9 to 5 or work for people your whole life. The goal should be to use that 9 to 5 and invest those funds into your dream, into your business, into your vision, so you can level up, because I feel like when people have to tell you, when we're going into 9 to 5s, people are basically treating us like we don't know. We're not educated enough to know how to operate this on our own. If you think about it, you know what I'm saying? So I think stepping out into entrepreneurship and independency, yes, it's going to be more difficult, but it's also a way of growing and learning and becoming stronger, you know what I'm saying, as an individual, because the chances you got to take, but the rewards are even greater though with the chances you got to take. So yeah, man, I want to talk about that. What's your opinion on this, man? Because I know you're big on doing a lot of stuff on your own. Like, bro, when I got with you, man, you was the first one I actually seen that does it all, like from producing to the artwork to the videography now. It's like you learn. That's one thing you will do. You will learn. You don't wait on people to do things for you. So what's your take on this, bro?
It's few things you understand. First is fear is just temporary. That's not a thing that uh you operate out of fear almost about every single day.
Mm,
Firstly, you're built to take on an adventure. Most of the time, an adventure is going to have something to do with a slight fear or something. But like I said, you can operate in fear and still overcome a lot because of the way you're built. You're built to keep going, to keep trying. Firstly, so that's one thing when you speak of fear. Secondly, the reason why there's fear is because you don't know what's going on. You don't know how to do it. You don't know if you're doing it the correct way. You don't know. It's a lot of I don't knows. That's another part of that creates that consistent fear. So firstly, the biggest thing, just so fear isn't present when when you start, just do the little stuff that people don't do. Like look into it, like research it. Like that's what I pretty much with everything that I did before I became good at it, I had to research it, see what was good. One of the big ones was, stuff like this, piano keys. A lot of people get into music, and the first thing they want to do is they're like, yeah, I hear how that sounds and whatever, but sometimes it's not just about just pushing or mashing a bunch of keys together. Sometimes you got to do something that's really melodic. So just speaking like that, just if somebody wanted to be a piano player, they're gonna have to take the initiative to sit
The
down.
research it too, and
yeah, that's the first thing. Like you're gonna have a fear. You just sit down, somebody in front of some keys, and they be like, play. It's gonna be it's gonna scare them in a sense because they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So the same thing. If I'm a writer, if I'm a painter, if I'm a electrician, if I'm a I don't know, just pick a job or pick a career that
anything you love.
Yeah, that you feel like you want to thrive in. Learn it, like get into it. Like don't take it lightly. You have a love for it for a reason. So if you got a love for it, why not take that extra step to like learn the craft as you're growing in it? I mean, that's nothing wrong with learning it as you're going. That's what you're gonna do regardless. Whether somebody was there with you that knows it or you learn it from somebody, you still gonna have to learn. So I mean, even the big boys up at the top, they still learning just as well to this day because it's constantly something new to learn about your craft. Now, the third part of that, though, speaking of that fear, but that's the hardest part, though, right there. Putting those two in action together is hard to do. To stay consistent, like, okay, I'm focused on the fear and I can overcome the fear, but I don't know. So when you have to operate like that, that's when it becomes a thing of it. It eventually makes you better. It makes you more consistent. It makes you more, you'll start catching it. You'll fine tune yourself. So if somebody asks you about it, just like how we sit and talk, there are a lot of elements to doing things, especially as casters. Most casters don't have the ability to grab or capture somebody just due to just talking. Sometimes it's a thing of it's a certain look that they're selling. Or it's just, you got to realize your trait.
And bro, our views are authentic based off just our voices, what we say.
Yeah, and it's just the thing of not saying.
Now we're not dissing nobody, but
you don't have to have a voice. You don't have to have a voice. It's just whatever you choose to do with whatever you're doing. I mean, like I said, you have painters. Painters don't even have a voice. They just, they paint. People see their expression through painting. So again, once your niche is polished and honed, you do it enough, you keep doing enough, it eventually just it'll be a thing of, okay, I've done this enough. So just like when I talk to other podcasters, some that may be just technical guys, but they really don't understand the necessaries to like sitting down, doing actual podcasting. Because it's really, to me, I think it's overlooked because some people want to do the elements, meaning they may say, I just want to sit down and just talk on the mic and sit in front of the camera. That's an option. That is an option. Some people might want to be like, okay, well, I don't want to do that part. I just want to record it. I just want to record it for people. Or I want to make a podcast and I'm not the guy that's going to sit down and talk, but I'm going to sit down and hit this record button and make sure that it goes right. There those elements of it too. Sometimes we have it all put together. To me, sometimes I think I overdo it. But I think the fear has been I've overcame the fear of doing three things at one time in my mind, but at the same time feeling comfortable about doing it. So I don't have that fear again. Like I was just saying, like you spoke on that. You just said it when you first started talking. The fear is the problem. It ain't the problem. It's actually the help to me. So,
and you want to know something else? I want to throw this in. I think a lot of people reach their true potential and their destiny when they get uncomfortable, when life makes them uncomfortable, when a situation comes up and makes them turn to what they vision. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes something bad to happen for you to grow and get it. Get what I'm saying? Life experiences, like we talk about all the time in our past episodes, life experiences, you know. Those are some of the best lessons, man. You know what I'm saying?
They are. And that's that again, the lessons come from trying. You know, people, if you're never going to try it, you won't ever get off the ground. It'll never come to pass for you, man. So I tell people, like, if you have the smallest setup, the littlest thing, you can put a whole thing together with just your phone. Like, that's still that one thing that people don't want to take a chance at, and they feel like they see these people with all these cameras and all these microphones.
That's shooting off a phone right now, bro.
That's the fear. Yeah, that's the fear. Most people have a fear and thing going on with their self. Like, okay, well, I see them with that, and I see them like that, and I see it looks like this. That is not per se really just the selling point. It's a lot that comes along with that. If you can be, I say the more simple you could be at getting there, that's really key. Because you want to make yourself comfortable. You don't want to be doing a whole lot of work just to put out product. That's what I'm trying to get people. Stop trying to do too much to get product out, because like that'll really kill you, first of all, because firstly it's gonna kill your pockets. It's gonna kill your pockets, and that's the hardest thing. Like build it as you're going. Like, if like, I didn't know I was gonna do a whole lot of photography, but when I said I was gonna get into photography, I'm gonna get a few cameras so I can say, okay, I have different levels of shooting. I have different aspects or different, different places that I'm gonna go, different atmospheres. They're gonna be outside, it's gonna be inside. I'm just gonna get
that's stuff. Another thing. You use what you got. Yeah, use what you got. Like the little things that you do with a camera, like the angles. I've learned a lot from you just based off the lighting, the angles you get. Makes a whole lot of difference. So what we're saying is use the little things you have. You know what I'm saying? To build that business. Use that little bit that you have to grow and use it and let that manifest into something bigger.
You sitting on it. That's the good thing. You sitting on it. That the best part of it is your brain. That's why I tell people, you're winning because your brain is telling you that. Like, go do this. Like, try this. Put your effort into this. You're hearing all of that stuff coming to you for a reason, and it's not a problem. That's the problem. Some people just don't listen to it.
Some people run from, like I say, fear. Yep. Some people will run from it, and
they don't listen.
Like I say, it's the way I leave it at this. It's really no guarantee. It's no guarantee you're gonna win. Either way route you go, whether you want to be an entrepreneur or you're working for somebody, because they could call you in and next thing you know, you're fired. I've known people personally that blood, sweat, and tears working for somebody on jobs, laid them off, just like that. Yeah. So if you're gonna lose, if you're gonna take a chance, if you're gonna bet on anything or anybody, why not let it be on you?
Exactly.
In your business. Exactly. Because none of this is guaranteed. But if I'm a fail believing in me and investing in me and betting on Quincy Murdoch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Like Michael Jordan said, I love that quote. He says, everybody fails at something, but I can't die without trying. You know what I'm saying? And that's
another part to that as well is, if you're that person that, and see, the biggest thing is don't look for that star, I'm the star, or have that star mentality and you're not there yet. You know, like be humble to what you're doing, be humble to where you're at, be true to where you're at. If it's really popping, and I'm gonna be honest with you, like if it's really popping for you, the biggest thing to understand is it's not going to be a struggle or hard to get there. Like that's really been like the last month I've been paying attention to just like being true to what I feel about the whole situation of being not only just a podcaster, but just the nature of being a content creator, period. Like, what can I do to add value to what's already out here? Because a lot of people don't have value to give. They feel like, oh yeah, I can get on, I can be a podcaster. Da, da, da. Yeah, you can. You definitely can. But the thing is are your characteristics and you being a human being, do they shine? Does it take a whole lot for you to do it? You know, or does it just come easy?
Just naturally just come, just flow. You know?
Yeah. Some people don't have it. You know, they don't, but they feel they do. The only way you're gonna be able to tell is if you just put it in front of some people, and if these people really pay attention to you, it'll show. It doesn't take. It won't take. I'm just being honest in the nature of like this. It won't take money. You know, the only thing that considerably, if you're an artist though, like saying a rapper, singer, something to that nature, or even a dancer, anything that flows off into the hip hop world, to me, you have to be way more consistent than anybody else out here. And I see that now, like even when starting a podcast, like there's certain levels of podcasting where there has to be consistency. If there's no consistency, people are not going to pay attention at all. If you're not in their face every single day, something new every single day, your content will get swept right under the table. Nobody ain't gonna pay it no attention. And like I told a couple artists too, that I used to work with a long time ago, even though they don't work with me now. I get why, but I bet you they see the reason why I said what I said then. Like, step on the gas. If you don't put nothing out, ain't nobody gonna pay you no attention. You know, if you ain't gonna push something every single week, every single day to your audience, they're never going to pay you attention because they're gonna feel like you're just being repetitive. Well, we already heard that song. Why you got to show me that song again? Well, I seen that picture. Why you showing me that picture again? Show me something new. You know, show me something. Show me that you're moving out here. And the biggest thing is like most people, artists, things like, take that serious. Like, use your camera on your phone. Use that recording, that app that records just your you talking. Use those apps on your own. Matter of fact, let me be forthcoming on that, and I'm gonna show some of y'all why I'm doing this. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because you need to use these apps. Okay, you see this app right here? It's called Voice Memos. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. Okay, you see that app right there, the black. This app right here, Voice Memos.
I used to use that for my little short films.
I'm gonna touch that, and you see, you can do so much with just this right here. This is a small recording studio for artists. All you gotta do, hit record. You start recording yourself. You put some audio down. You stop it. Stopped. Hit play. Start recording yourself. Put some audio down. You stop it.
Boom.
You see that audio art, that right there. See, this is a microphone. So imagine I got this camera right here in front of me, and I got this right here. I can record the audio that I'm doing right now, and use that to upload that to all the platforms out here. That's how simple it is. Whether if I'm rapping, I could just be doing an acapella rap and putting that out to the world. But see, people don't think forth coming before they get to that big spot. It's like, what can I do to add value? You can't do what everybody else doing. You can't do what all other rappers done did. You got to do something way different than what they did. and you never know just a little bit of stuff. Like you said, you don't have to have a whole lot. It could be the most simplest thing, like a phone, and you
Bruh,
can go to work.
this is a perfect time. Like, I'm gonna say this. You know, we shout out to Dewan Barino for working on my documentary coming out Christmas Day. Bro, I was like telling you, like, man, I want to do something different. You told me I gotta be on the gas with it, you know, and I'm doing a movie premiere.
Mhm.
I don't know how many people are gonna show up in my heart, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I have confidence in the person I am and the man I am, that I have in myself, that I will have a good show, a turnout. Cause
Yeah.
you know, I'm very humble and I put 110% in everything I do, and
Mhm.
I show love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't fear anything. If I'm a fail, at least I'm gonna go out trying.
Yeah.
But that's not even my vision. I'm a win. I've had it in my mindset. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm a win. This is gonna be successful.
Yeah.
So that's the mindset you have to have. You know what I'm saying? Bet on yourself. You know, the mind is the first thing. Like you say, the mind is the first tool. Once it's made up in your mind, you a made up mind. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and can't nobody tell you differently. If you believe in that, if you believe, I'm gonna quit this job and I'm gonna start my business. If you believe in it, you will succeed because you're
Definitely.
gonna do everything you got to do to make everything work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And see, and that's the next thing that needs to come along with that is just work on it. You know, again, that's gonna be my biggest thing. Just work on it, man. Like it's like just like how you just got that laptop. You know, the
Yeah.
biggest thing you have to realize is the actions that you can have just by having what you have in your hands. The biggest thing is product. You need a product.
Yeah.
And the only way you can have a product is if you're putting your hands on it. You know, I don't care what you say. I don't care how much you feel. Is it feeling like, well,
I
even
had
if
to
it's wrong,
create a flyer today, man. You know
yeah,
how I did it.
yeah. Get it and see. This is the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
come up with your way. You come up with a way and a method for yourself. That thing can run you. It could take you miles. And this is something that I'm saying. Like even like the graphic art that a lot of people see that I'm pushing for, not just music. It is very much created from scratch. Nothing to those pictures. I take those pictures from actual video clips and
yeah,
then I build it inside of a program from scratch. I mean, even adding the color to it, the episode number, the logo, all that stuff, that
and you
brand
do a hell of a job, bro. I
that
won't be
makes it a
bashful to
brand.
tell you, you do a great job, bro. Do a
Just
great job.
again, that's what you want to create though. When you're coming, because the only way people are gonna pay attention is if it looks like something. If it
Yeah,
looks like something, they can relate to it. So every time they see that, they like, okay, yeah, that's not just music podcast. So you see it, you know it's that. So it's not like, okay, who is that? What is that again? You know, that's what you want people to realize and look at your stuff and be like, okay, yeah, I know who that is. And
like an
once,
artist. Like when you hear their voice, when you hear them on the song, I know who that is.
yeah, it's that stamp.
The
That
same thing.
stamp. Like you look at people like all these famous painters, Picasso. You know, Picasso has a certain look to his paintings. Basquiat guy has a certain look to his style. You know, everybody has if you make a stamp for yourself, you won't have to worry about every time you get on, you only have to say nothing. All you gotta do is just put the logo in front of it and they be like, oh yeah, I already know who that's gonna be. You know, you
Yeah.
just that's what you want to get yourself to. That's why they call it such a thing of saying brand. It has to look like something. If it don't look like nothing, nobody gonna pay attention.
You're right.
You know?
But yeah, that's a good topic, man. That's a good topic.
Yeah.
I wanted to touch on another thing too, man. The Lizzo situation, bro. That's crazy.
Mhm.
and how the former workers that worked for her was saying all this outrageous stuff that she would make them do, and
Mhm.
in a society today where it's more of women being victims, this one was kind of it threw me off because
Of her.
Lizzo is always talking about empowerment, and respect, and then I hear news stuff like this, and it's like, wow. So recently, it's a big festival they have, and she was like, I think the headliner of it, or if not the headliner on the show, and it ties into what we was just talking about, from being independent to working for somebody or being affiliated with a company or whatnot. So they canceled the whole show because of her, because of these accusations.
Yeah.
So my thing is, you got people like Boozy he's a hustler. We talked about him plenty times. He has the Boozy badge almost every year. It's his show. He puts all the money into it. All the money comes to him. He gets big artists from around. And this is another thing we talked about in the past, is connects.
Yeah.
Friends he's mingled with artists. So when he call them up, hey, I need you to perform at the Boozy Bash. Okay, I got you, bro. You a real one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Connection. So I feel like it pays to be an entrepreneur and a hustler on your own, because when you depending on companies, in this case, she depended on a festival that she's not in control of. Like the Baby situation some years ago when he made the homophobic rant, all them shows got canceled. Everybody was saying, why won't you hold your own shows? You know what I'm saying? You have a following. You're like, go ahead, host your own shows. Host the Baby festival, like Drake and them do, or J. Cole, all these artists. So that's how I feel, bro. Like being a hustler and an entrepreneur and pushing your brand and believing, and that one thing, not fearing, can help you. You know what I'm saying? Way more than depending on people. You get what I'm saying? And other brands and organizations. So what's your input on that?
This is one thing I have to remember with that when you get, and this is something that you must learn too. You can be a boss that demands, and you can be a boss that doesn't demand. When you become the boss, though, like, you can push certain things that you want done. Go back years and years ago, you had Diddy. Diddy had the group, when he had the little group situation going. He was putting a group together, putting a band together, and he made them boys walk to go get them some cheesecake in the middle of the night. And this is what you gotta realize, man. Like, and especially your way, moving your way up a chain. Whatever you have to do to keep a job, that's what you're gonna do to keep your job. Firstly, because I'm gonna speak on that one situation when I heard about Lizzo. She made somebody do something that people might have felt as like a heinous situation, where they shouldn't have to do something like that to just please a worker or please a boss or something to that nature. But this is what I look about and think about it every day. There's somebody out there like Lizzo that we don't know. It's power. Once you get to a certain power level, if you feel like, okay, you know what, I might need to shut this down today. I don't feel like doing this show today. I don't feel like doing that interview today, or something to that nature. And even if it causes some rifts and feelings and connections that you have, it might do that. But you know, the biggest thing is it's still up to that person. You know, whether if it's right or wrong. You know, I mean, it's a lot of wrongs that we see. I mean, Lizzo may be all the way wrong by this, but you know, what can we say? You know, she's made a situation where she's considerably mogul. And, you know, a lot of people, I mean, it was a hate situation for her when she first came in, and it's still a hate situation on her. So she really, you know what I'm saying, like being at the top, that's what it's gonna be. Like, I mean, we're learning that, and we're still considerably at the bottom. But you know how considerably hate can come at you. Easily. Easily. And you know, who knows what it might be some stuff behind the scene that we ain't see or didn't hear about, you know.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know, you know, but the whole point that I was trying to make was when you're too dependent, like when you don't have a vision for yourself like that. I mean, when you're dependent on other people, it will hurt you in the long run. See, if Lizzo was doing her own festivals and doing her own thing before this, she really be like F it. I don't care what y'all say, because I already have my following. I have my fans, my core fans. I can do a show tomorrow, it's gonna sell out. You know what I'm saying? I don't need your festival. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we are the power. Like we gotta realize that we, us, me, you, if you watching this, we are the power. We control this. That, like, we can't, and nobody has more control over us than we do. Well, it should be that way. Like I said, it starts with your brain and your mind. If you tell yourself you can do it, you can do it. So that's why I'm saying, like, start our own festivals, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was saying sometimes it takes an uncomfortable situation, you know, to make you go and do what you should have done and been doing, which is get your own shows, get your own this, get your own that, be independent. You know what I'm saying? Stop depending on people. You know, I heard something where sometimes you gotta be uncomfortable to get comfortable. You know, that's how you're gonna get in your comfortable stages in your uncomfortable ways. Them stages are gonna push you to be in your comfortable stage. So
well, that's why it's, for me, I try not to ever lose that position of being humble. That's why I always told you, like, I'm humbled by the fact of the smallest stuff, because whoever would have thought me, Dwan Barino, would be in a position like this of my own lane, you know, my own position. Not riding the coattail of nobody, you know. I mean, even not even the case of the family name. Like, I don't look for help when I can be my own help. You know, that's the biggest thing. You know, that again, I've always had that focus of, like, man, I want to be able to record my own stuff. Like, I always had that focus. Like, I mean, once I started recording audio back in 2001, you know, talking about real recording microphones and, you know, recording stuff like that. I mean, I just took that and just, like I said, I kept running with it. I hadn't stopped hitting the record button since then. You know, I'm still a recording engineer if I have to be, you know, in my own light. But again, I wanted to do more. I'm like, okay, shoot, I want to record it. Shoot, after I record, I want to be able to mix it too. But not after that. Shoot, I want to be able to master it. I want to be able to put it out to the world, to distribute the music to people the correct way. I had that vision, so I just kept running until I could sit there in front of somebody and be like, look, this is what you can do. Most people can't do it the way we do it. At the end of the day, most people cannot do this at this level, at this opportune time. You know, it's not, we have to remember to stay humble to that part. You know, that's why I never take any of this stuff for granted. That's why I hit the gas so hard with it, so I can get ahead And not saying that I'm getting ahead to try to beat people. I'm trying to get ahead in myself, meaning get ahead. Like, so I can go do some work. So like we get enough, like I tell you, we get enough podcasts in, shoot, we could take a whole month off. We could take a whole 2 months off. You know,
that's what I'm saying. Now you get what I'm saying, because it's that hunger to get it done when you can. Strike what you say, strike while it's hot.
Yeah, that's
strike while, like do it while you can.
You put enough.
If you put it off, bro, most times it don't go through. It don't happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we live in moment type. This is a moment type era.
Yeah.
These are moments.
Yeah.
We live in the moments. So you could put out the biggest movie tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like because we live in the moments. You got to realize people mindsets now. We're not like our mindsets are different than how they were in the 90s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What might grab your attention right now, it'll pop. If this is interesting right now, like, okay, I just seen him, they're arguing on there, she just slapped him. The argument was crazy. Like, people would be in tune in it. Okay, wow, that was a powerful scene. You know what I'm saying? It's in the moment. So you can win more now than back then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can. I mean, that's why, because we're in control. Literally the formula to it. Find a way to get in control. And then the biggest way you can get in control is taking control of everything that you can get your hands on. And every piece of the pie, make sure that you know how to construct that part. You know, that so it's not a thing of, if it's not anybody there to do it, you can get it done. And I still, again, those people that keep asking this question, it's being done right here. This is where I do all of that stuff at. I mean, it's nothing spectacular. Where I put the podcast together is right here. Because a lot of people try to figure out, like, if it's a studio, some special program I'm using. No, it's just the basic programs that we all use every single day. It's nothing. It's not anything special.
Like, man, hey, man, what are these dudes doing, man?
Nothing special, but the special part is this.
Just so y'all know, I'm sorry. Let me get my little advertisement in. Just so y'all know, if y'all looking at this and see what DeJuan doing to this, not just music podcast edit. Y'all wait till he would see what he do to Question Murder out the movie. I just want to throw that in there. But yeah, because dude is talented. Man is talented. So yeah, I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead, man.
Get my
little.
It's really more so, like I said, it's just your brain. Your brain has to do. The brain has to do the work. Still, I mean, it's not really the programs. Your brain, your eyes, your ears, all of that stuff that's what makes the content. That's what makes the content better. So if you haven't fine-tuned your brain, if you're not fine-tuning your ears to what you hear, if you're not fine-tuning your eyes to what you see, your brain is not going to ever take it in the correct way. So you have to pay attention to the details that you're seeing people do and put it in and put your own spin on it. That's really the biggest thing. That's the big thing right there. Do your own, take what everybody else is doing, but learn it your own way. Find a way to do it your own way. So when they put it out, they like, okay, what you doing? You doing it like the big boys? Considerably, yes. And at the same time, no, because they may do it a certain way that I don't do. I may do it a certain way that they don't do. But
it's good it's good to be recognized in that same category. We doing it the simple way.
Yeah, it's humble, man. And a lot of times though, still most of this stuff they doing now is still simplistic. They ain't doing a whole lot. They doing exactly what we doing. Basically, everybody has a sit down. Everybody has a hit record. Same thing. So if it is, whatever it is, your job situation, nursing, if you got to go be a nurse, go to work. Go to where you're supposed. Go to where they're nursing at all the time. Go run the bag up. That's where it's at. So again, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to be in. You got to go to work. You got to go do the work. It's not free to go to work. You got to get paid for the work. So again, remember that the same way with the craft, you got to put the work in. The work going to cost money to put the work in. So put the work in, make the money from the work. That's how you do it. So, I mean, that's the biggest scope of it right there. That's it
right there. You closed it out. Close it out, man. So go ahead, close it out, bro.
Man, 2 seconds to close it out. I mean, remember, it's not gonna be a hand it to me kind of situation. You know, it's not nothing is gonna be handed. I don't care how good you're saying. You have to put that out there. I don't care how good you are at your craft. Take the time, do the work, put it out there. For those that want to help us, remember go to the website. Be on the website, notjustmusicpodcast.com. You can donate to us all the time, anytime, whatever amount. If it's
I
small,
forgot
if
to
it's
say that
big.
last episode,
Oh,
man.
you fine. That's how it goes, man. Just it's spontaneous. If you get it in there, you get it in
But
there.
look, we done said it plenty times in the past video, so they should already know.
Yeah. Man, you please donate. You know, make it a thing of a blessing for us. Or if you want to donate to the Thanksgiving giveaway, that's also an option as well. But if nothing else, you can donate. Follow us on every single thing. Not just music podcast. You could Google it. You could go on your favorite social media site, search it. If it ain't there, mostly we are on the newest ones, TikTok. We are on Instagram. We are on YouTube. We are on Facebook. We are on, of course, all of your major distributing platforms. So please, if you own your favorite one, Spotify, Apple, if you got your phone on Apple, whatever, if you got your Google phone up, go to YouTube, wherever you feel like you can find us at. Just Not Just Music Podcast. And yeah, I am Don Burino, Quincy Murdoch in the building as always, and we will see you all next time.